Hello, my name is Todd Hutchison, and in this session we're going to be looking at another technique, how we program the mind. You might remember we talked about the reject and replace technique to stop past thinking. And we also talked about affirmations, self-talk, that allows us to start programming our thinking. The other technique is called visualization. See, visualization is when you close your eyes and you see a new self. If you don't feel very confident, start seeing yourself as confident. And you'll notice that when you feel confident, your chest stands up and you actually change your posture. When you start visualizing what you want, the brain ultimately starts creating neural networks that are similar to real life experiences, which means the concept fake it till you make it becomes real in our head because the brain starts not being able to differentiate what is real and what's not. That's why a compulsive liar, when they lie enough that they start believing in their lies. Once there's a belief in their lives, they'll even pass a lie detector test. So this is us convincing the brain of who we want to be, which then becomes us, because then our thinking comes to believe that's true, and therefore we act like that, and therefore we get the results. See, Michael Phelps, the American swimmer, the person that won the most gold medals in the modern Olympics than anyone else, my understanding that he used to visualize every day that he was an 8 gold medal Olympian. Now, I don't know what he was actually seeing in his head. He may have been seeing himself swimming very fast and the 8 gold medals hanging around his neck. But whatever it did, it actually really caused him to think very differently. And I understand that both his coaches and his doctors and everyone were saying that he was going to burn out, he was going to overdo it. And as a consequence, if he had slowed down his training, he may not have got those results. But through his thinking, because he was visualizing it and believing it, he actually said this is how an 8 gold medal Olympian trains. And therefore, when he went to train, imagine how hard he put in training. And because he put so much effort in training, what was the likelihood of getting great results? So I'm a world champion myself in music. And I can tell you, when a person goes and competes at a world champion level and they believe they're a world champion, they would have trained like a world champion. But if someone comes in and says, oh, I won't be the best, I'll come in the top 3, that may be the thing that stops them pushing through that last barrier, that last inertia to get the actual results. So go back and look at what is it that you want and get clear in your head what that is. Because when I have worked with athletes that have been injured, we get them to train in their head. They close their eyes and they still practice. But in their eyes, they are actually practicing perfectly because it's perfect technique. Even if you look at people that are playing golf, you'll notice that they stand behind the ball and in their head, they're playing the ball several times. So when they physically go up and hit it, they've already played it in their head. Or when you look at a Grand Prix, when they move all the people off the track and the drivers are almost ready to go and you see the camera zoom in on them, they're actually sitting in the car doing this, which effectively is them imagining what it's like and driving the track that they know already what the track was about. This is all about speeding up our brain to say, this is what I want, this is the results I want. And the last technique on that is some people have what they call a vision board. They actually cut things out in newspapers, etc., and they put it on a physical board that they're ideally seeing every day. So the subconscious is seeing it, and you might have someone that looks very fit, and that's what you want to be, and that will be motivating because, again, it's reminding, hey, this is me, this is where I'm going, and therefore you're programming the brain.